This is Catherine Plunkett for the Google narration portion of this assignment. For Google Earth, I'll be talking about Florence Nightingale on our tour, and we're in Florence, Italy, because that is the place of her birth, and hence her first name. Florence Nightingale was a celebrated English nurse, writer, and statistician. She was also important because she contributed to the field of microbiology by pioneering aseptic technique during the Crimean War, which saved countless soldiers' lives. She was one of the first people at her time to understand the link between microbes and disease. A Christian Universalist, Nightingale believed that God had called her to be a nurse. She came to prominence for her pioneering work in nursing during the Crimean War, where she tended to wounded soldiers. She was dubbed the Lady with the Lamp, after her habit of making rounds at night. Nightingale laid the foundation for professional nursing with the establishment of her nursing school at St. Thomas' Hospital in London in 1860. It was the first secular nursing school in the world. The Nightingale Pledge, taken by new nurses, was named in her honor, and the annual International Nurses' Day is celebrated around the world on her birthday. Florence Nightingale's most famous contribution came during the Crimean War, which became her central focus when reports began to filter back to Britain about the horrific conditions for the wounded. In October of 1854, she and a staff of 38 women, volunteer nurses, trained by Nightingale, including her own aunt, were sent to Turkey, where the main British camp was based. Nightingale arrived early in November of 1854 at the barracks. She and her nurses found wounded soldiers being badly cared for by overworked medical staff in the face of official indifference. Medicines were in short supply, and hygiene was being neglected. Mass infections were common, many of which were fatal. There was no equipment to process food for the patients. Death rates did not drop. On the contrary, they began to rise. The death count was the highest of all hospitals in the region. During her first winter, over 4,000 soldiers died there. 10 times more soldiers died from illness such as typhoid, cholera, dysentery than they did from battle wounds. Conditions at the temporary barracks hospital were so fatal to the patients because of overcrowding and the hospital's defective sewers and lack of ventilation. A sanitary commission, ordered by Nightingale, had to be sent out by the British government in 1855, nearly 6 months after she arrived. In sum, Florence Nightingale made seminal contributions to both the nursing profession and the field of microbiology.